Hello and welcome to the Ralphe Armstrong Show. We're coming to you live from downtown Detroit, Michigan. And right now we have a soul, I call him a soul icon, Mr. Boney James.
Thank you very much.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you in Detroit, Michigan, because you have such a big fan base. You know, because a lot of people, they try to describe you as a smooth jazz player, but you ain't no smooth jazz player.
Yeah, I never felt like one myself.
You are funk, soul,
Thank
jazz innovator.
Appreciate that.
And it's amazing, man. How did you come up, man, in Lowell, Mass, right?
I was born in Lowell, Mass. I grew up mainly in New Rochelle, New York, and then my family moved to California when I was in high school. But I came up just, playing in bands and in school and stuff like that. And when I was about 23, 24, I started going on the road as a sideman. I worked with Morris Day and the Isley Brothers and Bobby Call and people like that. So, it came up through R&B, sort of school and started making my own records in '92.
Because I tell you, you have a big following in Detroit. It's funny, I was looking at some autobiography on you and said that you listen a lot to Grover Washington, because Grover was a friend of mine, man. But you taken what he's done to another level. You really have. And I'm sure if he was here, he'd be very, proud of what you're doing.
Well, I did get to meet him very briefly right before he passed, so I was grateful for that.
Right, man. And I want to ask you this. What type of horn do you use? What brand name?
It's a Selmer Mark 6.
Selmer, because see, a lot of cats want to know what you use,
You're right.
man. Because, a lot of the cats are using the Chinese horns.
Yeah, well.
Pete Moria,
I'm much more old school, man. This horn was, probably born the same year as me, like 1961.
I remember that year.
Good horn.
Yeah. So you have any new CDs coming out?
I got a brand new CD that just came out a few months ago called Contact, which is it's featuring some great guest stars. LaToya Luckett from Destiny's Child's on there, Donnell Jones, and Heather Headley and Mario. So some great guests on there and great players as well. So #1 for 10 weeks on the Billboard Jazz chart. So
That's
I can't
fantastic,
complain. Still
man.
seems to be working.
Man, I tell you one thing. I don't know. You got a gift from God because you relate to a lot of the urban dwellers, as I might say, urban dwellers.
Okay.
Because you're so funky, man. And it's from the heart, So and that's why people in Detroit go ape over it. Man, this is Boney James, man. Boney James, man.
This town's always been really, really good to me, man. I mean, when my first record came out, this is one of the first shows I played as a solo artist was here in Detroit. I was opening up for Michael Franks, another artist that was always really popular.
Wow.
And man, the crowd went crazy. And I thought, wow, this might be working. But I always have a fond spot in my heart for Detroit.
Man, we're glad to have you here. So what do you got plans for the future, man? What's going on besides the recording? Another quick question. Where do you live now?
I live in Los Angeles.
Oh, LA, okay.
Mainly, when I make a record, it always takes me a good 6 months before I'm feeling creative. I spend a lot of time touring and telling people about the new CD, so that's mainly my job right now. My wife is an actress and a director. She's actually just directed a film that I scored. I did the music for the first time, so that's something coming up pretty cool.
Well, that's a good reason to be in LA.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I cut you off. The name of it is
Model Minority. So.
Model Minority.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, man, it's a pleasure. I know you got a hit tonight, but man, you got to come back to Detroit, and we got to get you to play. We got to play together, man.
All right, I'd love to do that.
Got to bring you back, man. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Detroit, the great, hip, funky Boney James.
Thank you, man.
My man. Thank you, brother. Yes, man. Yes,
See
sir.
you next time.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
I know you got a hit.